minus 3/4. We notice this fraction have different denominators. We have a denominator of 12 and a denominator of 4. In order to subtract fractions, we need common denominators. So there are several different ways to do this. I use a cake method to find the lowest common multiple or lowest common denominator. So the cake method is I take the two denominators, 12 and 4, I place them next to each other, and I draw what looks like an upside down division sign. I ask myself if there are any common factors between 12 and 4, and in fact there are. 4 goes into both 12 and 4. 12 divided by 4 is 3. 4 divided by 4 is 1. We get a couple pieces of information here. This 4 on the outside is our greatest common factor, and I draw an L around everything on the outside to tell me that my lowest common denominator or lowest common multiple is 4 times 3, which is 12. I want to come back to this and show you another way of finding a greatest common factor and the least common multiple in another video. Let's go back to this fraction. So because our lowest common denominator is 12, we notice we don't have to do anything with this first fraction. Unfortunately, we don't have a denominator of 12 here, so we need to make it. So we ask ourselves, what number do we have to multiply 4 by to get 12? And the answer is 3. Whatever we multiply the denominator by, we must also multiply the numerator by so that it doesn't change the value of our fraction. So it's still going to represent 3/4 of our whole. So when we do this, 3 times 3 is 9, and 4 times 3 is 12. We have common denominators. Fabulous. When we subtract fractions with common denominators, our denominator is always going to stay the same, so it remains at 12. And we take 9 minus 9. This gives us 0. If we have anything divided by 0, we're left with 0. If you think about it, if you have $0 and you're dividing it among 12 friends, each friend gets $0. The reason that the denominator stays the same is we take a very simple approach, because drawing 12 would be time consuming, but I take one thing and I'm going to divide it up into 4 parts. And then I'm going to shade all parts in. So we have 4/4. Now if I want to take 1/4 away, I can show that by erasing that 1/4, and we see that now we have 3/4 shaded in. Obviously we don't want to draw our fraction out each time, but we know if we subtract our numerators, 4 minus 1 is 3. The denominator remains as 4 because we haven't changed the size, we haven't changed how much it's cut into. Hope that makes sense.